What is up? Starting the live stream. This is a calendar episode, and this is the Too Many Shows edition. It is actually kind of ridiculous. We'll get to it in a minute. Thank you if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Live stream. It is 6:30 on Friday, March 20th. Never a dull moment. This is Masterpiece Theater. No, it's not. Welcome to the show. This is the Too Many Shows special edition. What am I doing? Where's my Zoom? Wait, I'm so confused. Is that? Oh, that's my. There. That is my Zoom. Okay. Okay. We are listening to Vivaldi's Spring off of The Seasons. Not my favorite piece of classical music, though pretty close. I probably Pachelbel's Canon. I know that's pretty basic, and then Beethoven's Ninth as well. But this comes close, specifically Spring. It is the first day of spring. We'll get to it. And yeah, this is the Too Many Good Shows special. This weekend in Seattle, I counted too many. I mean, I think tomorrow is probably at least, honestly, like 12 to 14. You'll see. I'm still working on organizing the flyers, and we're working on it. But it's getting better. But I don't have all the Friday, March 20th and Saturday, March 21st grouped together. But yeah, no, we'll get to it in 1 second. First, we'll do some headlines, top stories, things like that. Actually, first, my top picks. Distest tonight at Georgetown Liquor Company. That is free. Tomorrow night, Razed by the River, Sneer at Southside Commons. That's 3518 South Edmunds. That's a benefit for Palestine. There's also a trans music showcase at Chop Suey. That's the second one. I was where they said the first flyer said monthly, and I was like, is that actually going to be monthly? Indeed it is. I guess it's the third Saturday, is that right, of the month? Fatal Femmes is at the Belltown Yacht Club with, we'll see the flyer. But those are some of my top picks for this weekend. In the pet report, I don't think I celebrated Duke and Daisy's birthday this year. I feel bad. Or Gotcha Day. Like I have to look up the. I know it's late February, and then I have to figure out when I got Karma. I think that was more like May-ish. But I know for a fact that I saved the Craigslist ads for both of them, so I can find the exact date that I got them. In other pet news, marking spray doesn't work. The spray that's supposed to like stop them from peeing outside, it doesn't work. They don't care. It doesn't seem to be a deterrent. And yeah, if it's supposed to work by they don't like the way it smells, they don't seem to care, and I don't like the way it smells. So I would say that's a total disaster. I'm going to stop there. This is The First Day of Spring by Ben Weasel off of These Ones Are Better, Ben Weasel and his Iron String Quartet. I think this is the end of Sour All Over, but we'll find out in a moment. Okay, this doesn't even make sense. Okay. Okay. I see that the jacket doesn't match the, because it's Jeanette, but yeah. All right, let's find out. We'll see what the next song is. This probably of interest to no one except myself. Home Street Bank officially becomes Mechanics Bank on March 23rd. If you happen to have a Home Street account, you have to log in and do some stuff, but you can't do it until the 23rd. I'm like, why are you sending me an email? I guess I appreciate giving me some warning, but yeah, an email telling me basically I won't have access to my account unless I do something, but I can't do that now isn't the most helpful email. This is not a great start to our relationship, Mechanics Bank. I think this is the first. Yeah, this is First Day of Spring. That's. Oh no. I'm pretty sure this cover art is by Christy Rhodes. Let's see if it says something. Yep, art by Christy Rhodes. In my ongoing injury report, I think my neck is getting a little bit better. I didn't take any leave today. I have had some tingling in my hand, which I'm assuming feels related, and then something going on in my lower area that doesn't. Yeah, I probably should go to a doctor about. I looked up just. I just randomly looked up Zoom neck. It is definitely a real thing. Plus, I placed another Costco order. I ordered some. I've ordered the Sealy pillows. I ordered a pillow. It was definitely too soft. This one looks like it's a foam pillow. We'll see. Yeah, I'll keep trying pillows until I find the right pillow. Like I was gonna say Goldilocks, but actually, wouldn't Princess and the Pea be a better metaphor for that particular one? Like, yeah. Anyway, oh, my workplace had this thing called Ignite. Oh, yeah. No, okay, never mind. That's not gonna. You can look up Ignite. It's not gonna trace you back to my workplace. My workplace had this thing, and it was basically just a love fest where everyone shouted each other out. I got shouted out. That's very nice. My team did not, at least not individually. Like, they basically just said, like, all love, this whole department, thank you. And I understand the logic of, well, there are too many of them to name. You know what? There was enough time. Instead of, like, 10 minutes talking about the executive team, you could have just read a list of all the department's names, like just at least their names. But to be like a quick thanks to that whole department that happens to be like the people on the ground who do the work that brings in like the largest contract in our organization are these people who go out every day. I supervise 5 of them. There are, I don't know, 9 teams, so like 45 or so. Again, incredibly hard workers. I think other people did a great job. I'm just going to say it. I think other departments did a great job of shouting out their people. Our department did a great job of shouting out themselves. But yeah, it's an honor just to be nominated. I got a shout out. But again, I'm in leadership. It felt like a love fest for leadership in a weird way, and that's the timing of that is a little bit weird with everything going on. I did appreciate the Pusheen cameo. If you are familiar with the character Pusheen, who is not Japanese, by the way. I thought so because I guess everyone does just because Pusheen just looks like a kawaii, but Pusheen's actually from Illinois. The comic artists who create Pusheen are based out of Illinois, still based out of Illinois. But yeah, I thought Pusheen was Japanese because the first time and almost every time I've ever encountered Pusheen was at Wajimaya. So I do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming they know that Pusheen is that, but they don't care. Pusheen is just close enough. This is all right. We're just gonna do it. When we get to Screeching Weasel, Ben Weasel and his hired help, they are officially on tour. It is officially on the calendar. We'll get to the calendar in 1 second. The last time they toured, it was in support of this album, First World Manifesto. This is Friday Night Nation. But yeah, well, we'll get to it. Some headlines, as always, opinions I express are purely my own. The news stories that I choose to include or don't, or I don't know, like not an indicator of what's important or not important in the world. It's just what made it across my eyeballs. I'm just going to do a very quick headline, then we're going to get to the calendar. This is not a news show. Western Washington remains under a flood watch, where meanwhile in Hawaii, in particular Oahu, homes have been destroyed in catastrophic flooding. It's where I am, it's dry, but the Snohomish River in particular is at risk of flooding. Chuck Norris dies. Chuck Norris dies. He was 86. Dog break. Sorry. Hi. Dog break. As I already said, it is officially, today is the first day of spring. 320, bro. It is also Eid. Eid Saeed for those who celebrate. We'll be... I bet you're going to be partying soon. As soon as that sun goes down, and all night long. Go for it. That's out. Yeah, no. Go for it. All right, Duke, you may. Let's see if we can do this. Sorry. Yep. Sorry, bro. This is Logic with. I'm just gonna go with Driving Miss Daisy. This is Driving Miss Daisy, probably followed by Now. Driving Miss Daisy featuring Childish Gambino.
This concludes the Under Pressure program.
James Tallarico vegan scandal. I don't think I like this guy. I don't know too much about him. Everyone thinks he's the next great hope for the Democratic Party. I don't think I like this guy. So the scandal is in 2022, so 4 years ago, he said something about, I guess his campaign went vegan, and he made a big deal about how, I'm sorry, this context is, this was a speech before animal rights activists about how it's the moral choice and environmental and blah, blah, blah. Moral choice is always a dangerous one. I've never gone there. Like I make my choices for me. I think it is objectively true that it is good for the environment. I think it is objectively true that the animals you don't eat are better off than the animals that get eaten. Like I don't like, but I don't make moral judgments. In any event, he gave this speech. Someone dug it up. This is Texas. He's coming for our barbecue, which I love how they want to both be the party of Maha, but also like healthy. We've co-opted healthy, but also we're the party of like red meat and cattle, like real men, like both. Like, but again, their version of healthy is like a carnivore diet. So whatever. In any event, his response, and this is where is to post a picture of him eating like a turkey leg at a state fair and blah, blah, blah. So I guess he's not vegan, which is fine. He doesn't have to be vegan, but the correct response is there's nothing wrong with being vegan. I'm not, to put out a statement denying that you're vegan, again, yeah, the Democratic Party just seems to forget that marginalized groups vote too, and there may not be a lot of us, but I don't know. But yeah, no, it's their own sad version of First They Came For. Like, they're trying so hard to join them because they couldn't beat them that and now there was a separate article about how they're the Democrats are we're religious. Rather than fight all the encroaching in schools and all that, rather than be the party that clearly says, again, not wrong, there's nothing wrong with being religious. 61% of the United States of any political persuasion is Christian. That's it. I mean, we are not a Christian nation. We are a nation of all religions, but that fact is unavoidable. So I understand you're going to have to court those people if you want to be successful. I just don't. I don't think they see how all their messaging is ever going to appeal to young people. Meanwhile, while it's apparently a full-blown news scandal that whether or not James Tallarico is a vegan, God forbid, and yes, the context is I've been vegan for I don't know, 30 years. We're listening to Driving Miss Daisy by Logic featuring Childish Gambino. Meanwhile, while that's apparently front page news scandal, Greg Phillips, who leads FEMA, believes in teleportation. In particular, he believes he has teleported twice. I'm pretty sure some lie he told his children to explain something has now become I don't understand. But in particular, he believes he was teleported to a Waffle House. He's told this story on multiple podcasts. For context, if you're Waffle House, FEMA, why does this sound familiar? Obama's guy pointing out the importance of Waffle Houses and how when they show up, if the Waffle House is closed, it means shit has hit the fan and they better get to work quickly because there is such a thing called the Waffle House Index. After a natural disaster, how quickly the Waffle Houses reopen is also an indicator of those kinds of things, because Waffle Houses for many small towns are the central hub of their town. I talked about, speaking of flooding, there was a town, I'm blanking all of the names, where basically just the main town diner flooded, and it's just a tragedy because it's this is where some people eat all of their meals. This is where people get their local news. This is where people commune with it, if there's no place for them to commune with their community, especially older folks, retirees. Anyway, Waffle houses. But this guy's not interested in any of that. This guy's just interested in, he's convinced that he has personally teleported. I'm going to do a deeper dive into this because Femmes' response is wild. Like, the spokesman for FEMA was like, it's so silly. It's like, yeah, that's your leadership. They're like, it's so silly, we'll barely respond. And then the barely response is, actually, but he said these jokingly or half-jokingly, and it's his spirituality, which is his right to believe. And this was before he was even hired. And like, they just chose like every excuse in the book rather than picking one. And it's like, so is this an acceptable statement from your leader or not? Because it sounds like all the different reasonings make it sound like you don't think it's an acceptable statement either. And again, he didn't just say it once or twice. He said it on multiple podcasts. Did I say that this was now by logic? And just for context, FEMA's annual budget is $31.7 billion. This guy believes in teleportation. I'm not making this shit up. Greg Phillips, look it up. But it's not making the news, not like Tallarico for whatever reason. Because God forbid anyone care about the environment. This courtesy of NPR. Despite Common Core eliminating cursive in 2010, 2 dozen states still require it. Full disclosure, Montessori is still big into cursive. I didn't even realize that they weren't teaching until I was on a bus and someone had to explain to someone what cursive was. Not just that they had never learned it, they didn't know what the word cursive or script was, and then they had to explain, it's like, when the words, the letters are all connected to one another, and they're kind of loopy, and they're like, oh yeah, I know that. I can't read that. But here's my question. If you've never learned cursive, and that's fine. I don't actually think I think it's of all the things to mourn. I can let cursive go. When I first heard this years ago, I was like, oh, and now I have let it go. And I work in education. If it was something I was worried about, I would worry about it, and I don't at all ever. But my question is, what is your signature based on if you don't know cursive? If you don't. What is it? Just what but that also explains, if you look at Gen Z signature, because Wikipedia will often, if it's a celebrity, will have an example of their signature, which is both. At first, I thought weirdly invasive, but also, I guess, for the purposes of easily identifying but you're not going to identify a signature for the purpose of selling it on eBay off of a Wikipedia. You're going to use a authenticate, whatever. Anyway, they will often predict. And more of these celebrities, their signature is just some kind of picture or icon. It's not any discernible words or letters at all. It's like a picture of a cat or a little drawing of a cat, and that's their signature. And that's great. I'm not dissing that. I'm just realizing I'm putting two and two together. Oh, they don't know cursive, and that's fine. That's, again, I'm not judging or lording it over people. I know cursive, though I do. I have the worst handwriting in the world. I literally have the worst. My handwriting is so bad it expires. Literally, if I don't, if I write notes for myself that are more than 48 or 72 hours old, and I don't have the context anymore of what I wrote it about, I can't read my own handwriting. My handwriting is so bad. So I would definitely not be. I would not be throwing any of those stones. This is the Larry Birds with the Fame theme, followed by Zoinks with the Greatest American Hero theme off of Punk TV. This is actually Leonard's Innards with the End of the Silver Spoon theme. Banksy's name has been revealed. Robin Gunningham. Okay. I don't. It's not the guy from Massive Attack. It turns out. I don't think I ever believed it was, but some people really, really, really believed it was. I mean, I guess it's interesting only because he's managed. It's not even interesting to me that he's managed to keep his name obscure this long, but that he actually managed to be like one of the top-selling artists in the world. Like he's working with like Sotheby's and things like that, and still manages to stay anonymous is pretty impressive. That's a lot of people agreeing to keep your name. That's a lot of people who know who you are, but agreeing to keep your name anonymous anyway for a long time until you ruined it, Reuters. Again, I don't think I really care either way. I always forget how hard this Fame cover hits. In Go Sports Ball news, rare repeat win at Iditarod. If you're thinking, I know what that is, it's the dog sled race. Jesse Holmes is, again, rare repeat winner. I guess it's not the type of race you can win. People typically win more than once. Of course, Jesse, being an awesome human being, said the dogs deserve all the credit. There's a picture of him with the dogs, and they're all smiling. And then, yeah, I guess the dogs got ribeye steaks. The race took 9 days, 7 hours, and 32 minutes. Team never quit.
And Ray, could you put me back with the operator? I want to get one more.
That was the other disclaimer. This is mostly a music calendar episode. There aren't any special protests coming up this weekend, but of course, next weekend is the next No Kings. March 28th, the next No Kings. I love this show. William Cat. For those who don't remember, he was not the greatest American hero. He would like fly into walls and like he couldn't really control his powers, so he would like inadvertently cause more death. It was like the Avengers, but no, it was just like the Avengers basically stole his stuff. That pastor who called off the Target boycott acknowledged that he misread the room after being basically read the riot act and saying, you don't speak for us, you can do what you want, but this boycott is not over. Again, I advocate boycotts, not boycotts. I'm looking for a better word than that, but basically instead of I will not support this business until this business stops doing X, Y, or Z. I just support, basically, as much as possible, local and independent businesses, period. But yeah, over time, slowly, because you can't necessarily divest of all of them. At least while they maintain their DEI commitments, Costco will remain the big box store that I shop at. But yeah, like just revise your shopping habits altogether. So I have a colleague who lives pretty near the Target store downtown. They don't like shopping at Target. They don't feel good about shopping at Target. But it's their neighborhood grocery store, and if they need to, they will sometimes. But for the most part, they've made plans to avoid shopping there. All the things that they used to just pop in all the time for, they don't, because they've made that commitment. And again, it's not it can be a both and. It can be I will mostly not support this business, or I will, again, it's not about perfectionism, it's just about moving the needle. But again, I'm all about, sorry, that's like part of the record. Okay, but yeah, I am about adjusting your shopping habits permanently, not boycotting for short periods of time. So again, I will never shop at Target again. Or I shouldn't say never. They would have to do something very, very drastic. And they did do some, they have done all sorts of yay, gay until they didn't. So yeah, it would be very hard for them to do anything that I wouldn't interpret as performative. And it would have to be like over a period of like 10 years or more, because even when they do something, it's like, let's see how long that lasts. And then they all proved me right on that one. But again, even targeted boycotts, short-term boycotts, I'm not against them. Disney with the Jimmy Kimmel, 6 days. It took 6 days. They apparently lost $4 billion. I question that number. But that's because the stock dropped, not because $4 billion worth of people unsubscribed. But it did actually cause their stock to drop, and that is a real impact that resulted in a change in their course of action. And again, people use terms like checkbook activism derisively, but it works. We all vote with our checkbooks. We all vote with our checkbooks. I'm sorry, much like cursive, a checkbook is a book that you would physically write with a pen, in script often, to buy things. It was like Apple Pay. Checkbook activism. Okay, I need some new terminology. Whoa, shit. Bristle. Oh shit, I have to keep an eye on the time because well, we'll see if I'm actually going out to this show tonight. Oh, this is probably the oldest correction I've ever done, because I've been saying this the entirety of I'm sure I said this on this channel before, because I've been saying this for decades. As it turns out, the Campbell's Home Cooking ad really was Jimmy Stewart. It wasn't a voice actor. However, the hand that serves the soup, that is a stand-in. The context for me being, it's interesting to me. There was actually a newspaper article about it. People cared enough about whether or not it was actually Jimmy Stewart or whether his voice was being exploited that they, a journalist actually did the research to find out and published an article. This is around the same time they did the Fred Astaire, Paula Abdul dancing Coca-Cola ad, and people thought this was going to be the start of a whole thing of like just very disrespectfully resurrecting the dead. Thankfully, it turned out not, because I think Coca-Cola learned their lesson and others saw that as a cautionary tale. Until the AI slop era. Contrast that with now, where literally the moment someone dies, I'm sure someone is prompting right now Chuck Norris, flying through heaven, hugging Charlie Kirk, I don't know, whatever. The AI slop era. And again, these are fans. These are people who they're not, this isn't even, well, we'll wait till it gets commercialized. I mean, it is commercialized. Someone's making money off of it. But yeah, no, back in the day, we didn't stand for that shit. Oh, it was interesting that the director said, or whoever was responsible for the ad, they chose to not have Jimmy Stewart on screen because they felt a famously recognizable voice without having the image attached has an intrigue factor. I mean, think of all the ads that have come since with, it's Morgan Freeman's voice, and unless someone says, did you notice that was Morgan Freeman? You probably didn't even notice, because so many things are read in his voice, you didn't even notice. Or, who's another one who does a lot of voiceover? Ed O'Neill from Married with Children and Modern Family. He's another one where his voice isn't even, it is distinctive, but you don't even realize that it's him, you just realize it's recognizable. And that's That's what they want sometimes. And they will pay A-list money to not put you on screen. Oh, and the Google Gemini warning is, it's not even a warning anymore. So yesterday it said something like, AI is experimental, do your own research. Today it just said, generative AI is experimental. That's it. Just make with that information what you will. It's not, it used to clearly let you know, hey, I could be wrong. Oh, I forgot to do a flashing light warning. I should have done that at the top of the show, but I am sorry if someone's like having a fit, epileptic fit somewhere because I forgot to mention it in the caption. I will make sure to, hold on, let me write that down. When I caption it for YouTube and Facebook, I will put a, yeah, I tried to do this like strobe effect with the background last week and it didn't work out, but it actually did work out this week. I do take commissions. Graphic artist is available. Have you not seen it? Okay, this is Fired from Life by Bristle. Yeah, no, I mentioned quote-unquote Screeching Weasel. I refuse to ever call it that. This has nothing to do with various scandals that Ben Weasel has been involved in. For context, he once hit a woman, which is bad. I'm not defending that. She threw a drink at him first, though, and I do think that, I mean, he was performing, he was on stage, he was an orange member, this was at South by Southwest. There's video. It's not great. Yeah, I'm so up. I am one of the first videos, and in fact, his channel predates that incident. I did a long, like, 10-year moratorium on Screeching Weasel. It slowly, for lack of a better word, weaseled its way back into the playlist. Now I have to decide if I'm going to go see them live. I don't. The last time, the closest they played was Chicago, so that wasn't much of a debate. I wasn't going to Chicago. Oh no, wait. I think they played Portland more recently. Anyway, either way, they may have played here even, and I just was like, I'm not, but it was, I don't know. But the main reason I won't call them Screeching Weasel, and I always call them Ben Weasel and his hired help, or Ben Weasel and his goons. This time around, it is Gianluca Ginger Panero, Mike Hunchback, both of them on guitar, Zach Poutine, Bradner on bass, and Pierre Marche on drums. Pierre Marche has probably been the longest, and Zach Poutine has been, I think they're on more recent Screeching Weasel record. They've been around for a while, but the other guys I've never heard of. But no, for the simple reason that he said in his own words in print, I believe in Maximum Rock and Roll, but somewhere in print, I remember it was in writing, it might have been the liner notes of a record, I will never call anything Screeching Weasel unless it's me and Jughead. And Jughead has not been in the band since 2012. So he can call it Screeching Weasel, but I'm not letting him go back on his word. It's not Screeching Weasel as far as I'm concerned. We're about to get to the calendar. People often ask me like how I know about so many shows. I do the research. Like I literally like I spend hours, and again, I said that this is the too many show special. Tomorrow night, and tonight at least 10 shows. Tomorrow night at least like 10, 12 or more shows to choose from, and all really good bands. It may be because I had a little bit more time today. I was like, maybe there's this many shows every weekend and I'm just missing some, because you can never know all of them. The other thing I do is I'm on a lot of venue mailing lists. Like most venues, if you like scroll all the way down, they have a option to sign up, and they have a social media manager who will sends out emails that say, oh, held for a reason, smart detection expired and not posted to chat. Oh, okay, I don't know what's going on. Just as a reminder, when I am screen sharing, I can't see the chat. We're going to go to the band flyers now. First I'm going to play some dwarves. They're on tour with Screeching Weasel. This is Fuck You Up and Get High, followed by Insect Whore. Mike, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. All right. So Piss playing tonight with Still Depths, Toxic Tears, Radium Girls Ultra. That is happening at the Black Lodge. This is tomorrow night. Oh, there are two separate Gaza benefits. This one is at the Vera Project, March 21st, tomorrow night at 6:30. Alcapulco, Lips Cold, Grief, Zookraut, Black Ends, and more. Sister Wife Sex Strike, Doom Scroll, and the last something. You can't read script. Oof. Oh, the last Ariana? Is that what you're reading? Okay. This is at the Black Lodge. That's next weekend. War on Women with Oceania Tour, Under Tension. This is March. Do I have a date on this one? Oh, this is annoying to me because I have a separate. There's another slide that and neither of them have the date on it. Okay, I meant to look this. I'm looking it up right now. I think this is at the Vera Project. Let's find out. When is the band The War on Women playing with Oceania Tour at Vera Project? Why would you think at was the end of a sentence? Thursday, March 26th. Let's play some more music. Oh, there's that bus stop thing. This is War on Women with... Actually, it's getting dark fast. Hold on. With Say It. To do. That already happened. Some of these already happened. I was talking about this, that everyone is welcome except Ice. Signs were up in Renton. Dragon's Landing celebration, April 12th, Sunday, April 12th, from 10 a.m. to 5. Street Fair and Dragon Egg Treasure Hunt, 7th annual. Shout out to Facebook. This is where I was talking about that. It's actually gone up since then. This was the very next day. The debit credit price was $5.19. This is happening next weekend. Draw the Block Party. Punk Rock Flea Market happening this weekend. March 20th, 21st, 22nd. This isn't happening for a while. August 11th. This already happened. It was good. This already happened. I wasn't there. This already happened. This is tonight. Fake Dust is. Oh, this is confusing. Because they're. Okay. Massgrief is on both of these flyers. Both of these flyers are for Friday the 20th, tonight, at Voyeur in Tacoma. Massgrief is on both flyers, but then they have, Disease is on both flyers, but then Christian Lovers. I don't know. Well, yeah, whoever you're going to see is whoever you're going to see if you go to that show. This is tomorrow night, the Meteors with Proletera and Big Time at the Charleston in Bremerton. This is next week, March 25th at Washington Hall. Also March 25th at Spanish Ballroom in Tacoma. March 26th, Grace, The Day Before We Met and Some Babies Die at Lucky Liquor. Pierce County Punx present. I love that Tacoma Punx have really established their own identity in the last couple of years. That is really awesome. Punk Rock and Pizza at Slice of Life, Lead-Fed Infants, MFD, Street Justice and Reaper Punx. This is March 27th. Wealthy women with Shamebanger and Ancestors of God at New Frontier in Tacoma, March 28th. Lamb of God with Kubla Khan, Fit for an Autopsy, and some band that's way too metal for me. A lot of metal shows coming, I've noticed. March 31st on that one. This is tonight. In fact, I really need to, this is starting like now. I need to, Distest is the opening band. There are only 2 bands. I am probably missing this show. I'm just putting it that way. Distest plays out enough that I think I may be okay with that. And Subversion Trigger, I like, but I'm not, I'm probably going to miss this show. But shout out to Georgetown Liquor Company. Vegan restaurant and bar, putting on free shows pretty regularly. This is also tonight, Reaper Punch, Prickly Paranoia, Playing with Giants and Anti-Summer. Sorry, bro, but okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. So yeah, this is tonight at the Black Lodge, Kiss Spring Tour. Let's see, they're going to be at Tree Fort Festival. I think the Rat Utopia Experiment is heading there. That's in Boise, Hetakuso. This is also tonight. 81 HD, 2-minute Hate and Handguns at the Kraken. This is tomorrow night, Paperclip's last show. This is it says Bellingham helps access music in the alley. I want to go to a show in the alley. I want to go to Paperclip's last show. Bellingham will weep, but first it must bleed. Yeah, this would be a pick for me if Bremerton wasn't just a little bit far. Spur, Skelm, Impertinence, and X-Reality. This is also tomorrow night. Miss Prince, Shadowwork, Coasiana, and Kova at DM for Addy. No booze, no drugs, no assholes. Aww. But I wanted to go. This is also tomorrow night. Makeshift at the Makeshift Space in Bellingham. Adventure Bites, Alter Girl, Kids on Fire, and Made Up Words. Fatal Femmes is playing Belltown Yacht Club tomorrow night with a bunch of other bands. Bleak Outlook is coming to Tacoma. Oh, I thought I fixed this. Bad End of Days, No Self-Love Territories, Crosshair. This is, it's at the Black Lodge, and it is when is Gag playing with End of Days, No Shelter for the Shades at Black Lodge? Change the music 1 second. April 3rd. This is Tissue with I've Seen Enough. I think I played this last night, but I just... No, I'm sorry. I think this... Wait. Alright, whatever this song is called is whatever this song is called. This is called Pie. Alright, I couldn't tell if it was called P or Pie. It's a punk band, so you could go either way. And this is Pie, followed by I've Seen Enough by Tissue. This is March 3rd, I'm sorry, April 3rd, Half Calf, Depiction of Man, Radium Girls Ultra, 2 Week Notice, and Red Touches Yellow and Year of the Hex. At the Ballard VFW. Girl in a Coma. They'll be at the launch pad in New Mexico. Anytime I see New Albuquerque, I'm like, is it going to be at the launch pad? Because I'm not saying it's the only punk club in Albuquerque, but El Corazon at El Corazon at the Funhouse. Those are technically two different venues, but You wouldn't, yeah, if you show up at the wrong place, you're close. I feel like this show already happened. Yeah, oh no, April 10th. Prisoner, Exogoras, Midwest Lust, and that band in the middle there. The Scoffs with Street Justice in the Indicted, Saturday, April 11th at the Charleston. College Radio featuring The Requisite, Further North and Delridge at Belltown Yacht Club, April 11th. Minka with the Fabulous Downey Brother and Mr. Dinkles, also Saturday, April 11th. Oh, I said I was going to play this. That's one of two shows Mr. Dinkles is playing while they are briefly back in Seattle. They are originally from Seattle and now out of California and Long Beach area, I think. I can't read any of this shit. Sorry, this Grim Earth. Let's say Brain Tooth, maybe? Man-Eater, Parasite Cast. Yeah, and then the rest of those bands are just too cool for me. Anyway, that's happening April 16th at Voyeur. Kasi, Chuck Vibes, Stormboy, and Toxic Tears at the Kraken, April 18th. Sex Faces with Semi-Soft, Hidden Driver at the New Frontier, April 21st. Sex Faces with Chico Detour, the Bug Nasties. Back in the day, I haven't seen them on flyers. They have a couple shows coming up. And Toxic Thrust, April 24th at Tim's Tavern. Claybirds, Carrion Spring, Mao, and Alier. April 30th. You just said Seattle. Okay, that's not helpful. Somewhere in Seattle. Chop Suey, April 30th. Beautiful Freaks, Black Ends Universe, Casino Youth, and Fatal Femmes. April Fleas Day, Black Ends, Cassie, Catica, Beautiful Freaks, Aaron Gooby and the Zips. That's at the Quality Flea Center. Cherub Chains, Reflex, What I Meant, Ditch, and Next Objective at Tacoma VFW on April 18th. It's only $5. All ages, buy a hot dog. I mean, I feel like those don't go together, but somehow they do. Hey, it's all ages. Buy a hot dog. This is High Horse. Wait, did I? Okay. Caps Lock, Kids on Fire, Kasi, Truancy, MFD at Slice of Life, April 24th. Disease, whatever that says. Distest, Toxic Tears, whatever that says. May 8th at Lucky Dime in Everett. Not to be confused with the Lucky Liquor, Quitter, Midwest Lust, and those bands at the Lucky Liquor. That's on May 12th. May 21st, Corpse Gas. Pungence? Is that right? Pungence? Okay. Disease, Beautiful Light. That's at the Clubhouse. As promised, Screeching Weasel at El Corazon, Friday, May 22nd, a.k.a. Ben Weasel and his hired help. The Scoffs with High Murder from SLC. It's Salt Lake City. Sorry, I was having a brain thing. And Chance to Steal, Friday, May 22nd at the Kraken. This is Hush Hush by Bright Futures. Coming back. Again, it just says Seattle, more coming soon, but I'm going to guess they're going to be at top 3 again. I don't know why. There seems to be some connection between the Hardly Art / Suicide Squeeze bands and Clock Out Loud, but I might just be making that up. South Sound, Punx, and Oi Fest, Oi to the World. This is June 13th and 14th. Defiance, The Last Responders, Invited, Vicious Cycle, The Stop, Solar Terror, Taste Testers, and Molotov Juicebox on day 1. Big Time, New Grimlock, Meat Eaters, Grid Kids, Disorderlies, and To Be Assigned on day 2 at Real Art in Tacoma. This July 31st through August 1st at the Georgetown. Vendors and Camping. Eagles with Starman number 3 and Emmy Pop at Jazz Bones in Tacoma, April 3rd. Viecta with Night Theater, Massgrief, and Fan Club. We seem slightly out of place on this bill, but that's okay. Belltown Yacht Club, that is Saturday, April 4th. The Darts with Service and the fucking Eagles at Jazz Bones, May 8th. Denver, No Bacon from Chumbawamba, Steve Nakbazchik from The Stops, Michelle Pinnell from Hutchie, and Total Fucking Bummer from Kids on Fire, June 2nd at Lucky Liquor. All that. I'm definitely not cool enough for Capitol Hill Block Party anymore. I literally only knew 2 bands the whole time last year, and yeah, I don't know any. I will not be going. Oh no, I will. Okay, Night Cage, Wet Leg. And if you look really small, you get like Work Life, Fatal Femmes, Puzzle Talks. No, so okay, The Floor Is Not Lava. Scott Yoder. I've heard of some of these artists, but for the most part, Emmy Pop, Fleetwood Snack. Yeah, I know most of the bands down here at the bottom of the bill. I don't know any of those allegedly more famous or popular bands. I'm not cool enough. This already happened. Whoops. Doesn't matter because this already happened. This already happened. This already happened. I know. I wanted to go to this. This was last night. I forgot. This is tonight at Corazon. This is also, this is tomorrow night. We Might Die, along with Caps Lock and the Disorderlies at Lucky Liquor. The Slurps, March 27th at Lucky Liquor. Arrhythmia, Die Blasting. First ever headlining performance. This is March 28th. Nimbin, Edmunds, Casket, Me Grimlock, and Life Rips. 29th, Lucky Liquor. The 30th at Corazon, Ocelot, and Warlord performing entire sets. Mr. Dinkles with Toxic Tears, Fatal Femme, and Sneer. That's Lucky Liquor on the 12th. I will. This is Confections. We're listening to Bright Futures. If I didn't say that. This is going to be a rager of a fucking show. Bullshit Detector with Grip 509, Bon Chance, Wicked Issue, and The Flail at Yakima Makerspace. This is possibly the first show I've ever reported in Yakima. I occasionally report on the other side of the state when it comes to my attention. Maybe sometimes even as far as Idaho. I've been reporting on the Tree Fort Festival, for instance, or Boise Pride. Thursday, April 16th, Lab Rat, Open Veins, Massgrief, and Vertigo at Chop Suey. Casualties, 416 at Barboza. This already happened. Oh no, wait, I'm lying. This didn't already happen. This is up to Charleston. Tsunami Bomb is coming. I'll play some Tsunami Bomb next. With Crime Wave 66. This show is Sunday. They're going to be in Everett on the 17th, in Seattle on the 18th, and in Bremerton on the 19th. That's just Tsunami Bomb and Crime Wave 66. Different bands will open at each of those shows. Pentagram with Royal Thunder, Dusted Angel at El Corazon on the 24th. April 26th at the Funhouse. These bands. Some of them I can read, I'm moving on. Saturday, April 4th, Charleston 18th anniversary party, City Graves, Constance Tomb, Boris. I love that rat, it is so cute, and I did not realize the cake was made of cats. Nox Dracula with Phil's Eternal Negative Blast, Cassini and Snakebite Kiss at Airport Tavern in Tacoma. which may or may not be owned by the same people as Lucky Liquor. I'm confused. Because they commented on another, this is night 2 of Fools Fest at the Quality Flea Center, Flesh Produce, The Maya Experience, Caps Lock, Fatal Femmes, Roy G. Biv, Benevolent Saul, Some Bathers Die. Roy G. Biv and Benevolent Saul are both sound off alumni. Skating and art vendors. Nest, Ultra Sec, First Attack, and Proletera, April 4th at the Clockout. Hook Think, Twitter, Disease, Batman and Batman at Lucky Liquor on the 11th, May 11th. Kathleen Stillman at Handguns on May 13th. That's my dad's birthday. Wildfire, Ravenwood. Ferocious X in Osaka, Japan. Gone with Fred off Rashidisa. And Frenzy, May 1st. In Seattle, May 2nd in Olympia, and May 3rd in Portland. All the chocolates in your pocket are gonna melt. All the chocolates. I am confused. There is a British new wave band called Japan, but they broke up in 1982. I don't know what that is about, but Rocky and the Sweden, Night Feeder, Democracy, and Distest, which again, if I miss them tonight, I know they'll be playing again soon-ish. May 16th at the Black Lodge. This is Dead Man Can't Catcall by Tsunami Bomb. Followed by Phosphine, maybe? We'll see. I've been thinking of it as like, what is Seattle doing wrong that less and less, like more and more bands are like skipping us? Like, and again, if it means more and more bands are going to Tacoma, that's great. If it means, but if there's something that Seattle is doing, I wanted to know, what if it's just that we have too many local bands and it's hard to, what if they, like this band, this tour, tried to book in Seattle and were unsuccessful, and that's why they have blank spaces on their tour. I don't know, maybe. Or like I said, when you have for I don't know, for maybe for worse for local bands, but for better for us, we have an amazingly rich local scene, like I said, where there are numerous bands I could go see tonight that I would really want to see. Agent Orange with the drowns and quitting time at Tracy Allen's movie house, Tracy Quinn movie house, which, according to my fun little cheat sheet, I just discovered is, I had to look it up, and I've already forgotten. That's Bremerton. They will be playing El Corazon on the 19th, again with the Drowned, Scoffs, and Kids on Fire. Friday, March 13th, and Real Art in Tacoma, Gottlieb, Fence Scraper, Gouge, Withered Bride, Fosvism, At Fault. Is this tonight? This is tonight. LD50 with Pregnant Dad. Again, I would definitely go to that at Lucky Liquor. Trans Music Showcase. This is tomorrow night. Modern Bird, Zach Shamebanger, Hetakuso. It just says Gender Justice League on the flyer. It doesn't. Music starts at 5. These are early shows. Did I say chop suey? $12 plus fees. But again, Gender Justice League, is this a benefit for? Are they a sponsor of? Not sure why their name is on the flyer, but I mean, it doesn't not make sense. Make it not make sense. It does make sense. No, it makes sense. Make it. Me Grimlock with Boss Tanaka, MFD, and just barely at Slim's Last Chance on the 21st. This is our spring preview. Shout out to Seattle area Punx shows, both for the shows that they put on, but also for collecting all the flyers. They're the source for most of this, and keeping the scene alive. There was a big dump of flyers today, so since the last time. So like I said, it's a little bit of a spring preview episode. This is the Maya Experience with My House. This is followed by Hot. This is, I literally just unsealed this. I bought this at Easy Street the last time I was there seeing Bad Scene, which is Kurt Bloch's current band. Oh no, I didn't. I bought this the next day because I was mad that I hadn't bought it. I was like, why didn't I buy it? And then I went back and I bought it the next day because I was at the protest. So anyway, I bought this the last time I was in West Seattle. But I haven't played it yet. This is the My Experience with My House off of Are You Influenced? Did I actually read this? Temple, Portland Death Rock with Hope, listed as Portland, Minneapolis Hardcore Punk LP release show. There's at Georgetown Liquor Company tomorrow night. Another free show at the Georgetown Liquor Company. So if you, like me, are going to be missing the one tonight and you have options, as promised, this is the second of 2 benefit shows for Gaza that I know of happening tomorrow night. This is at Southside Commons, and that is... Hold on, I have an address for that. Well, it's 2 blocks from the Columbia City Light Rail station. No booze, no drugs. Razed by the River, Shpilkis, Berivele, and Sneer. Southside Commons is 3518 South Edmunds Street. Stargazy Pie, another Sound Off alumni with Baby Grendel, Star Eyes, and All Friends here. That's at the Central, Saturday, March 21st. Tomorrow night. This already happened. Oh, I noticed smoking is making a comeback. There was even an article about it. Yeah, just observing. But yeah, some celebrities again, whether intentionally or on, making it popular. This is March 27th, Death by Stereo, Noise, Fate of the Union album release, The Coolers, Kids on Fire at the Airport Tavern in... This is hot. Goth Night at the Crypt, Academy Order from Nashville. Imagine being a goth band in Nashville. That sounds like a goth band name, a goth band in Nashville. Anyway, 3-year anniversary party, special guest, tell your friends wear black. Duh. Spinning the finest in goth, punk, industrial, wave, and more. It's in Olympia, March 28th. Also March 28th, Millhouse, The Scoffs, and Disorderlies at Bayside Cafe. That's in Everett. Also March 28th, Atomic Rust, The Bug Nasties, Misery 3 at Darnell's. This is the Tsunami Bomb show at Corazon. Berserk, Crime Wave 66, which has members of, it says members of Rancid and Operation Ivy. It's the same member. It's Matt Freeman, but whatever. He was in both of those bands. With the, did I say Scoffs and Female? Berserk is Portland. Rich Kids on Acid with Acid Teeth and Millhouse. Special opening set by AMQA. This is at the Airport Tavern Hall in Tacoma. No Signs of Serenity with Witch Agony and Odachi? Uchi? Yeah, okay. The first two, Witch Agony and No Signs of Serenity are both great. Oh, there's another band. I can't read that. This is at the Jules May. I won't be there because I'll be seeing Tsunami Bomb at El Corazon. I already have my tickets. Here's one by Portland's Berserk, who will be one of the opening bands. This is Thrash or Die. Yes. Maybe. One, two, three, four. Okay, I think this is Thrash or Die. We'll fuck around and find out. Also, not. This is off of This Silent Kills. It's a 10-inch. Another flyer for the Rich. Oh, this is a different show, actually. Okay, I did not realize that the propeller beanie. I don't think I mean, I think I did realize. I never. The propeller beanie was just part of their logo. I just learned the whole like deep dive into. So there was this. I don't know. It was a movie or TV show with this kid, and he had a propeller beanie. He would actually take on, like, he'd actually fly and like take him on these wild adventures. I want to say this was in the 30s. And then, like, by the 19th, like, was it? Well, I guess it wouldn't have been TV if it was the 30s. Radium, I don't know what it was. Anyway, some property that was popular with this kid. Sorry, I'm screaming over Brazil. Can you hear me? And then somehow by the 40s or 50s, it had turned into like a college thing, and not necessarily propellers, but beanies and the stripes, and that was a whole thing. And then sometimes people would have those different things on the top that wasn't a propeller, like other, I don't know, like a baseball bat, I don't know, other things that, and it's, I don't know, it turned into a whole thing. Anyway, and then over time, specifically, like the propeller beanie came to be about, like, you know, paired it with like the Coke bottle glasses and like a classic nerd archetype. So it kind of went full circle. Like, it started out being like a little kid thing, then it was actually like legitimately cool or popular, and then it like went full circle to being not cool again. Kind of like the laughing, crying emoji. Behemoth, Deicide, Rotting Christ, and Immolation at Showbox Soto, April 19th. I don't know why I don't know why Deicide is opening for a Behemoth, but that's just, am I just old now? I don't know why the Damned opened for Screeching Weasel. That's still, except maybe the Damned just wanted to go to bed early. Like, that still won't make sense to me. Because I do think that is one thing I've noticed. Older bands, it's not even, it becomes less of an ego thing and more of a, yeah, we'll go on early. We'll be done early. We don't have to be the one that's playing until midnight or 2 or whatever. You know, no one does that, by the way. Shows end at 10 a.m., 10 p.m. in Seattle. Like, I just have to accept that. Like I said, I'm missing this show now. I'm not going to this show. Leftover Crap coming May 11th. Catica, Grimiss, Dead Energy, and Fatal Femmes. This is another one tomorrow night at Oh, that's the one I already reported. Yeah, Fatal Femmes is at Belltown Yacht Club. I'm going to try and make this one. I don't know why putting braces on a skull is so funny to me, but there's someone who does flyers, and that is obsessed with eyes, as depicted by their flyer design, and I am here for it, 100% every single time. Oh, I was going to use this as my background. These are the April shows. Speaking of someone who's obsessed with eyes, there you go. Oh, I guess it is my background right now. Hi, Mom. The Dart Tour, again, they're going to be... in Seattle at the Clock Out on May 9th. They'll be at the Bearded Monkey in Yakima on May 12th. Boise, Idaho at the Shredder on May 13th. It looks like they have records available. This is Dumb It Down by Bad Scene. Blast and I hate Hetakuso. No, this is April 2nd at El Corazon. I hate God. So NPR does a weekly trivia of things that were in the news. That is always actually despite the fact that I feel like I'm constantly consuming NPR, I'm always and despite the fact that I'm just known for being good at trivia, I always do very, very poorly on it. Whoever writes it has a hilarious sense of humor. They write both the questions, the answer, all the questions, the answers, and the letting you know if you've gotten it right or wrong with just the right level of snark. But I just love this. Final score 4 out of 10, medium bad. You're not bad, but you're medium bad. I don't know why that amused me a lot. This is from the trivia. I got this one right, and it was just a guess. Because all the other animals weren't insects, and I just didn't think bats could survive. I didn't think bats. That just didn't seem like bat behavior to eat each other's wings. But insects are known to eat. Insects are known to be insectivores. In a paper published by Royal Society Open Science, researchers suggest that a kind of wood-feeding cockroach may pair up after chewing off one another's wings in a nest of rotten wood. Who said romance is dead? They mate for life, but only after, again, chewing off each other's wings, which, again, cockroaches typically don't need their wings, because cockroaches typically don't fly. When they start flying, we're all fucked. This is Disconnected, also by Bad Scene. All that. This was the Catica show at Vera last week. It was good. Here's another kind of trivia. I got this one wrong. On March 3rd, 1876, chunks of what appeared to be red meat fell from the sky for about an hour in Kentucky's Basque Country. The most accepted theory is that the meat was vulture vomit. Vulture vomit also would be an amazing name for a band. Dozens of people celebrated the weather event earlier this month in Basque County at the Basque County History Museum. Wouldn't it happen if the vultures were vegan? Vegan vultures would also be another good name for a band. Make vultures go vegan. Tsunami Bomb going on tour with Handguns and the Diehards. Europe. Shabazz Palaces, I have tickets to this too. This is at Nectar, March 25th with Stas the Boss and Just Money. I'm so excited about this one. Vertigo, formerly known as Atroz. This is at Asylum. Oh shit! That's interesting that they actually put on the flyer not ADA accessible. This is at Asylum Collective. This is.
I'm sorry, that number has been disconnected. I'm sorry, that number has been disconnected. I'm sorry, that number has been disconnected. I'm sorry, that number has been disconnected.
No, I go. I like that Al Blook put umlauts over the O in his name. I officially had something autographed to. I use a name at work that's. I just changed my Zoom profile for a specific reason, but not because I was changing my name. But then now people start calling me what I changed it to. I'm fine with it either way. Like, yeah, but it's become a thing. But now I guess it's bleeding into my real life because, yeah, now it's. This is me and Carl. Which is spelled with a C. Oh no, never mind. That's Kurt, not Carl. I was like, but maybe it's about Kurt Block. No, it's me and Carl by Sicko. Ian Sicko being a huge Kurt Block fan. Anyway, this looks like an interesting show. Half Bird is punk jazz, which there should be more of. Phantom Guard Dog, Sculpture, Installation, Noise, Ladies Aid, Viola da Gamba, Voice and Performance Art. Zadek is a synth artist from Coeur d'Alene. Hidden Hand, Synth Images. I love bands who incorporate visuals or visual artists who incorporate sound. One of my favorite shows of all time was a Noisegate show at a random coffee house on the Haight in San Francisco. It was like in the middle of the day, and Noisegate's like one of those really heavy bands. It always feels weird to see like in daylight. I can remember seeing Neurosis at the roller rink. We can't talk about Neurosis anymore. Neurosis at the roller rink in Santa Fe. This is Enemy of the Sun era. In fact, Enemy of the Sun had not come out yet, but sorry, I'm just again remembering the allegations. People just need to stop doing shit and or never have heroes. Like, that's just it. Don't have heroes because they'll always disappoint you. This is Closer to Fine. It's a cover. This is Sicko. But no, Enemy of the Sun had not come out yet. It is a mind-blowing album if you've never experienced it. I can't recommend it now. Look into... Yeah, if you don't know who Neurosis is, probably don't. It's too late. But no, they have this mind-blowing, like, because it was just like they changed whole genres of music with this album. And we got a preview, like maybe like 3-4 months before the album came out, of the new material. And a lot of it is like really like drone and like feedback and guitar. Like it's almost spiritual. It's almost like psychedelic, but without drugs. And then to come out into like a darkened show into like broad daylight parking lot of a roller rink was like the most disorienting experience. I was like, how did I get there from here? Visual artist, Noisegate, same thing, except in this case, the coffee house, the windows weren't even like bright. It was, you could see that it's daylight and like sort of like rush hour people are going home from work, and we're in this like this really like Yeah, again, noise gate, visuals and music, really heavy, really brutal, but also, again, drone, meditative. Um, Alyssa Suzamora and Corey Freeman, painting and dreams. Bunny Bloom, painting, collage, and poetry. Osprey film installation. I love that it is multimedia. I love that it is multimedia, and I wish we had more like this. Asylum Collective seems to be doing some interesting things. They're on Jackson. I have not been there. It is worth noting they are not ADA compliant. Also, is that a Howdy Doody? Okay. Anyway. Creepy dolls in, yeah, that already sets the tone. This is also an Asylum Collective. I've seen this advertised several ways, though, the consistent through line is masks are retired. It is a goth night. I've also seen it advertised as it is right here, a sapphic goth night, or more generally just a gay goth night, or more generally just a goth night. I'm assuming dress code enforced means mask, not you better be dressed goth. So that would be funny. Oh no, wait. Actually, I'm not sure because costume is required, and specifically, does the costume have to be, this is also an Asylum Collective, does the costume have to be clown? There's a clown core rave overnight, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So this is March 28th. I'm sorry. I'm not saying any of these dates. So this is tonight at Asylum Collective. Oh. Shit. This might be my pick. Since I'm missing that Georgetown thing, but I could take the light rail right to this. The problem for Georgetown is it's 3 buses or the light rail and a bus or walking for an hour. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Distest is playing right now, so there's no point in heading out now. But even if I missed the bands, there would be art installations and other. Yeah, this might be my pick of the evening if you haven't gone out to anything yet. Otherwise, it would still be, Distest at the Georgetown Liquor Company, or whatever's happening at Lucky Liquor, I forgot, but whatever band I said was playing there. Those would be my picks for the evening. This is Lysol off A Suit for My Family. This is a song. This is Drink. Well, let's find out what this is. Yeah, and then this is tomorrow night. This is tomorrow night on the 21st. And then this is on the 28th. $30, but no one turned away for lack of funds. It is a 6-hour event, and it is overnight, so it ends at 4 a.m. So $30 it's $6 an hour. That's, yeah. And again, costume is required. The emo prom, May 30th. Emo goth and scene attire encouraged. Visit Tony V's garage. Business of Misery, a tribute to Paramore, and My Chemical Romance, a tribute to MCR. I think this is C4 followed by Drank My Pride. We're going to talk about this one. I forgot when it is, but it's, yeah, in fact, I can just delete this because there's a version of this with the date on it. Yes, I am sure. For once, I'm actually sure. And it doesn't. Oh, yeah, this guy killed by ice, not in ice detention for once. Killed by ice, killed in fact by neglect. So their story is, we gave him a courtesy ride and left him in a coffee shop. It's the coffee shop's fault. But yeah, he's blind and he's blind, and they just left. Yeah, after wrongly detaining him, they just kind of dumped him anywhere near his home, but not at his home. Justice for Nural Amin Shah Alam. Oh shit. It's dark. Y'all know people be partying right now. This already happened. Fuck ice. We determined the date of this show. It is March 26th. It's a Thursday. Bonnie Rebel, April 26th. Oh wait. It is next Thursday. The War on Women is playing next Thursday. It's only $20. Oh no, wait, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't have, that's for Bonnie Rebel. I don't know how much it is. I bet it's a little bit more. I bet it's like 25, but that's still a good deal. It's a Thursday. It's not going to be too crowded. Okay, this isn't what I thought it was. Student Nurse playing with Roxbury Saints and Non-Modern. Saturday, April 4th. Live music is the best. Ain't that the truth? At the Connor Byrne in Ballard. I'm sorry. The fact that someone actually put a Spirit Halloween coming soon, which is actually true on the... Yeah, whenever people try to suggest non-violent protesting doesn't work or doesn't do anything or doesn't change anything, we shut this shit down. Why did the South Lake Union Tesla that had been there for at least a decade, because it was there when I was a toddler teacher in the early 2000s, why did the Tesla dealership shut down in September of, at the latest September, because of sustained protest? We protested this out of existence. I found out that this closed when after, on this live, on this show, when I was like, why did they stop the South Lake Union protests? And then I looked it up and realized, oh shit, because the South Lake Union Tesla closed. We shut that shit down. We shut that shit down. That being said, all the usual Tesla protests are happening tomorrow. New District, the Renton Tesla, both at 10 a.m. It looked like they were going to shift this protest to the Soto, and then it just never happened. I don't know why, but that was the one time I did that. It was huge, though. There was like a car-themed bar down the block, like you can tell, like has a whole bunch of like old hot rods and stuff, and the patrons of that bar, much more so than anyone who was seemed to be patronizing the Tesla dealership itself, seemed very objecting of the way they like drove in a manner that made protesters feel unsafe, or hot rodders just like the speed. Either way, they were inconsiderate in a way that maybe just made the organizers say this isn't a safe place to protest. Yeah, it wasn't the Tesla deals. The security guard at the Soto Tesla came out and talked to protesters for about 20 minutes, and I have it on video. They were nodding, and yeah, I couldn't hear because I was filming from across the street. But it wasn't contentious. Definitely weren't. It wasn't contentious. Right. I think we're just getting into like the. That's it. We made it through that segment. I'm gonna do a quick stop sharing. That is interesting to me that if you don't, okay, no one has commented. If you don't remove, like there's this auto mod, because there's someone always comments, and I do appreciate that Twitch no longer acknowledges it as a comment, like you only, but there's some like, we can sell you viewers, and I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. But if I can catch it in time, I let them post it because I don't care, but I don't think it even counts as a comment. Comment. This is the Albert Square. What year is this from? With 1/7 of the week. Happy Friday. Off of, what is the name of the album? I Assume I Know What I'm Doing. Me too. Oh.
Today's just 1/7 of the week. This week is just one section of the year.
Facts.
This year is just
Spitting facts.
in a life.
Spitting facts. Me too.
Why do I give all of my time? These creatures creeping under the bed. Why
There
do
are.
I
Check your bed,
waste
so there are
all
creatures
my
creeping under.
time?
Mine happen to be ants, but we've made peace with one another. Earlier I was like, wait, why does my armpit smell like ants? What's been happening? Oh, injury report. This is going on my death mix for sure. Towards the end, this is like right the mood to like, and then you hit it with something really funny because you know the last song on my funeral mix is gonna be a funny one. It's probably gonna be "Ha Ha You're Dead" by Green Day. Shit, now I have to play that. Oh, it's not going out to Chuck Norris. I am legitimately mourning Chuck Norris's death, even though he was a right-winger who supported Reagan, Bush, and Trump, and a purveyor of my possibly literal, least favorite category of film, white guy martial art movie. But that doesn't take away from him or his legacy or his art. And I think he has genuine respect for martial arts. I think he, I don't, obviously, for the success of martial arts programs, and they should be open to all of them. Anyone participating in martial arts is appreciation, not appropriation, and yet white guy or martial arts movies don't interest me. I don't like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, they don't interest me. It's just a boring category for me. Trump's favorite movies, allegedly 1990s Bloodsport, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Again, I don't have anything against Van Damme. Hi guys. That cameo in that breakdancing movie that is making the rounds on social media. No, we love Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I can't watch Bloodsport. For some reason, oh my gosh, the themes of this episode are terrible people who have been canceled, but I can't. Yeah, no. Why cancellation doesn't even really exist. Sasha Mitchell, the kickboxer movies. Wait, wasn't the first one Jean-Claude Van Damme? I don't know. By the fourth or fifth one, it was Sasha Mitchell, and those were the ones I actually liked for whatever reason. Mostly because they were on USA at 2 in the morning, and you didn't have much options, so that's what you watched, I guess, maybe. But yeah, no, if I'm going to watch martial arts, it's going to be Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, This is pictures of your grandson, O'Donnell. That was 1/7 of a week. I love this band, by the way. New favorite band. But not really, not. Definitely not Hillary. What am I looking for? I think the other is, since I'm not going to a show, we'll go up there. Afro-Man's house was raided, resulting in no charges because they didn't find anything. Afro-Man videotaped the officers. In Galesburg, Illinois. Particularly a video of that Afro-Man posted of an officer seemingly appreciative of a lemon pound cake on the counter of Afro-Man's kitchen. For those who, for context, Afro-Man is famous for the song Because I Got High, and now seems to really like the American flag. I don't know. Anyway, Afroman posted a video. Yeah. No charges ever were filed because nothing was found after the raid. They entered his home. He was videotaping. This is literally like, I mean, this is like the next extension of like, are you allowed to film police in the street? Of course you are. Are you allowed to film police in your own home? You bet your sweet turtle ass you are. Oh, did I take a nap today? No, because it's a work day. That was apparently Galesburg, Illinois. This is one more, possibly two, by Albert. I'm sorry, the Albert Square. This is The Kids Are All Jerks. I assume I know what I'm doing, but that is a bold assumption, my friend. Minus the bear-coated. Wait, the whole me, and I'm just like playing, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Like, regardless of where you're viewing, if the next No Kings, again, not even in the United States, excuse me, No Kings is international. That was the Albert Square. somewhere in California. I'm blanking exactly where at this exact moment. I want to say Orange County, but I everyone's from Orange County. Agent Orange isn't Agent Orange from Orange? Is Agent okay? Looking it up, not making shit up, or am I just saying that because they're called Agent Orange? Is Agent Orange the band from Orange County, California?
Yes, Agent Orange is that pioneering American punk rock band. They formed in Placentia, Orange County, California in 1979 and are known for blending surf rock with hardcore punk, creating the surf punk genre.
The voice is very soothing. Like you get used to it. Like I'm like, it's never gonna trick me into thinking it's real, but you get used to it. Also, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't know. Is your Google? Is yeah, no. Your results may vary. I'm always like, are these? Is does everyone get this many Star Trek on their social media? No, probably not because I'm a Star Trek fan. Does everyone get this much XY Malcolm in the Middle? Like, was that just because I liked one video, or like I don't know? Is it trending right now? I can't. Some things I can't tell. Is this a trend, a micro trend, a real trend, or just my feed because I like it? Um, yeah, this is Screeching Weasel. Oh, I'm not playing the first day of winter. I was like, oof. I missed the opportunity to play first day of winter for the last time, and I'm not gonna play it. This is Burn It Down. Burn It Down by Screeching Weasel again. Metaphorically, we promote non-violent protests only here on this. Your decision is a contribution to the cancer that affects your. So obviously, the main I mean, this isn't though. Like the name of this channel. I'm sorry, this show, Worldwide Music Festival, came out of the fact that on some algorithms, they were stating you couldn't name things political. So people were calling Portland Protest Music Festival just to post real-time information about this. Before that, this show was called Cute Boots, and that was a reference to how people were using the hashtag Cute Boots or summer dress or whatever to disguise political content. Whatever, the algorithm has caught up and figured that out because all that content is gone. I know my content will only reach people who are looking for it. It won't ever show up in any searches or like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. I literally, oh, I'm not jumping up and playing more to play more Screeching Weasel, but I like We Live Here, which is actually off of Major Label Debut, which was I want to say their last Lookout. Actually, their ironically their last Lookout record. We live here. My own world or outside of you. I am gonna play one. I am gonna play one more Screeching Weasel, but I'm not jumping up to grab a different record. Um, this is outside of you. And so it was the end of My Own World. That's the same. Who's outside of you is where I'll always be. Me too. So obviously, main event, neighborhood meetups. I didn't realize there. Yeah, no, there's probably a. Okay, link to information about neighborhood meetups. I'm gonna, because I didn't realize there was a Rainier Beach meetup for the last protest. Yeah. Okay. Going all the way back to the beginning of the episode, I just wrote myself a note, obviously, to shout out the director, so several levels above my pay grade, who chose to shout out me. I mean, they shouted out their own team and the people who they directly supervise. I'm not part of their department, though I do everything I can to support their department, because I don't want to say unlike other people, I do see how their department integrates. Anyway, someone shouted me out, and I always shout them out at work. Yeah, it was just a shout out day at work. But for real, this is Diamond Dolls off of the Chipmunk Adventure soundtrack. Don't you know that we're off to see the world? We're off to find our way, making a This is Diamond Dolls. They are the girls on the run. They are the Diamond Dolls. I didn't purposely pull the mic on that, though that works. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. No. That's ridiculous. Is that real? Is that real? Is this real life? It indeed is, David. We regret to inform David this is real life. In any event, I'm not reading the full. Actually, fuck it. I am, because I'm not going to the show anymore, so this episode could be as long as it takes. Anacorus, Auburn, Bainbridge, Ballard, Bellevue, Bellingham, Bonnie Lake, Bothell, Bremerton, Covington, Des Moines, Des Moines. Many words. This is the Chipettes. I play a lot of Chipmunks. I don't play as much Chipettes as I probably should, but also they haven't released as many albums. It's so valid. And also the Chipmunks have existed since like the 60s, and the Chipettes are like from the 80s, so Chipmunks have a lead on like material. Bellevue, Bellingham, Bonnie Lake, Bothell, Bremerton, Des Moines, Duval, Carnation, Edmunds, Human Claw, Everett, Federal Way, Gig Harbor, Issaquah, Kent, Key Center, Kingston, Kirkland, LaConner, Lake Forest, Lakewood, Langley, Madison Park, Makerville Valley, Marysville, Mercer Island, Milton, Edgewood. Mercer Island is, and they're not fucking around. They're going to be there a full 2 hours, because you know Mercer Island, we don't protest more than half an hour unless we have to. I just love that. Milton, Edgewood, Monroe, Mount Vernon, Oak Harbor, Olympia, we're only halfway through the alphabet. Olympia, Port Orchard, Poolsbo, Puyallup, Renton. Oh, because Renton loves to double dip. You know there's going to be one, Grady Way. Is 700 Grady Way, is that the Tesla? Renton, get your shit together. That's my new advice. Seattle Waterfront at 11:30. Okay. That's the first I'm hearing this, and I'm writing it down. Oh, I need to let my dad know that we need to do Saturday next week, because next Sunday is a big day. That was Diamond Dolls by the Chipettes off of the Chipmunk Adventure. This is Ben Weasel solo. This feels like, this is kind of a closer of an episode song, but we're not closing the episode out, but it has that feel to it. But also, this is also Fidatavi. main event march. So we're marching from the waterfront to the main event, and then wherever I'm there, I'm down. Cedro Woolley, Shoreline, Snohomish, South Center, Tukwila, Tacoma, Downtown Tacoma, Union Station, No Kings at Tacoma Wright Park, No Kings at Point Defiance Park, Willett, Marysville, U District, University Place, University Village, again, Tesla dealership. Vashon, Murray Island, Wedgwood, West Seattle, Whidbey Island, Cookville, and then of course, save the date. Friday, May 1st is always a general strike. Panic Button Record. Like I said, no special. Not a lot of, well, you can see that. Bannering in the U District. Other than that, no special actions this week, which is unusual. And, well, I hope that means we're all gearing up and working on our signs and planning for next weekend, because I hope that really is one of the biggest. I hope, yeah, you're not going to see mainstream press about it until about Wednesday or Thursday, but you will. This is 50 Cent. Hold on, I think my cat's at the door. Okay. When in doubt, play track 1, side 1, but this is actually writer music. I'm just gonna check for my cat at the door, because
This is what you call violent music.
All the gangsters are riding to it. Come on, let's roll. I can show you how we do it. When we ride to that riding music, let's go, let's go. This is what you call riding music. All the gangsters are riding to it.
Party office is a wild place
I can show you how we do it. When we ride to that riding music, let's go.
I'm sorry, I said, holy shit, Republican Party office is a wild place to protest, but they have the office space and you have the time, so let's do it. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the weeds. This is actually Saturday, and yeah, no, I continue to miss, and I need to look. Actually, I'm just double checking. They already removed the South Seattle, so that Friday. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, the Federal Building. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't try and show up.
I can show you how we do it. When we ride to that riding music, let's go, let's go. This is what you call riding music. All the gangsters are riding to it. Come on, let's roll. I can show you how we do it. When we ride to that riding music, let's go.
We're off of The Massacre. This is 50 Cent. Executive producers Dr. Dre, Eminem, and 50 Cent. Yeah, it looks like the Dragontown or like South Seattle protest is on Fridays at noon-ish is off. Being broke is against my religion.
Gangsters are riding to it. Come on, let's roll. I can show you how we do it. When we ride to that riding music, let's go, let's go. This is what you call riding music. All the gangsters are riding to it. Come on, let's roll.
And then, like I said, all the Tesla, these are all the protests. I think I might actually be at Detective Cookie Chest Park tomorrow, 12 to 2. Mostly because I have to return library stuff, and there's a library right there. So yeah, no, 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 cats, 1 boop. 2 cats, 1 boop. No, I'm just booping my cat. You can't see it, but I'm like booping my cat right now.
1, 2, 3. Little mama, show me how you move it. Go ahead, put your back into it. Do your thing like it ain't nothing to it. Shake that ass, girl. Little mama, show me how you move it. Go ahead, put your back into it. Do your thing like it ain't nothing to it. Shake that ass, girl. Go.
No. She was like, no, I don't want to be picked up right now.
Show me how you move it. Go ahead, put your back into it. Do your thing like it ain't nothing to it. Shake that ass, girl. Little mama, show me how you move it. Go ahead, put your back into it. Do your thing like it ain't
yeah, no, the regular protest is Sunday. Banks pots for Gaza.
Let's party.
Are we doing do 206? Let's okay, sorry. Fuck Fetterman, like I don't like fuck Fetterman. Alright, the Motet plays Jamiroquai at the Neptune.
Show me how you move it. Go ahead, put your back into it. Do your thing like it ain't nothing to it. Shake that ass, girl. Little mama, show me how you move it. Go ahead, put put your back into
Band
it.
of
Do
Skulls.
your
I
thing
don't know
like
why
it
that's
ain't
a
nothing
flop.
to it. Shake that ass, girl. Shining, diamonds, grinding. Swoop it, poop it, lane. Rolling, paper. Brain, check. Little mama, show me how you move it. Go ahead.
Freeze McGee at the showbox. That's just, that's just fun to say. Freeze McGee.
Show me how you move it. Go ahead, put your back
Son of
into
Little
it.
City
Do your thing like it ain't nothing to it. Shake that ass, girl.
Alright, so, okay, something. Alvin Ailey, American Dance Theater at the Paramount. Fuck yes. The Alvin Ailey Dance Company is an institution with AJ Suede and Progeny. FKA Milo. RAP. Okay. AJ Suede I could play. I don't think I have them handy, but I could. David Kirshner from The Office. And yes! This is what I meant to play. Okay.
Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Get it cracking in the club when you hear the shit. Drop it like it's hot, get the work in that back. Girl, shake that thing, yeah, work that thing. Let me see it go up and down.
Pampa, single release after life gift shop and garden party at the Sunset. The best of both worlds celebrating 20 years of Hannah Montana and Numos. A Hillary Duff theme. 2020, 324, I believe, is the Netflix live. I'm sorry, Hulu. I don't care. Oh, because it's Disney, of course it's Hulu.
All a nigga really need is a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. We can head to the crib in a little bit. I can show you how I live in a little bit. I wanna unbutton your pants just a little bit. Take them off, pull them down just a little bit. Get the kissing and touching a little bit. Get the licking it a little bit. Stereos, twist the flow. Twist the draw. Not so strong cause I move the O's.
Yes, that Vera project, fuck yes.
She on me, dog. She wants the word about the dough. Look at the combone, save her.
Ripper Punx, Strictly Paranoia, and Playing with Giants and Anti-Summer at the Funhouse. Yep.
Turned it out.
Koffin cats at El Corazon, but they're not alone, right?
Oh, man.
Well, but they were the ones who posted, so they get...
All a nigga really need is a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. We can head to the crib in a little bit. I can show you how I live in a little bit. I wanna unbutton your pants just a little bit. Take them off, pull them down just a little bit. Get the kissing and touching a little bit. Get the licking it a little bit. And you got me feeling right, you heard me. My mama called, you can spend the night, you heard me. I ain't playing, I'm trying to fuck the night, you heard me. Clothes off, face down, ass up, come on.
Wait, what? Please repeat. Instructions unclear. My clothes are on and my ass is down. But also...
Just a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. We can head to the crib in a little bit. I can show you how I live in a little bit. I wanna unbutton your pants just a little bit. Take them off, pull them down just a little bit. Get the kissing and touching a little bit. Get the licking it a little bit.
Okay.
All a nigga really needs is a little bit. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. We can head to the crib in a little bit. I can show you how I live in a little bit. I wanna unbutton your pants just a little bit. Take them off, pull them down just a little bit. Get the kissing and touching a little bit. Get the licking it a little bit.
A lot of tribute bands you're seeing. Firebird Pay What You Can performance. I-90 Fiasco Sam Cobra Moon is Flat at Darnell Tavern where your dad used to drink. That was 50 Cent off of The Massacre with songs. I believe that was Ryder. Ryder Music, Disco Inferno, and Just a Little Bit.